What's going on, my Cardano friends? It's your friend Jack here, and in today's video we're going to be going over how you can make Cardano NFT gains, and pretty huge gains from existing Cardano projects, rather than chasing that lucky lottery ticket from new mints that you're not so sure are going to do any good after all the hype dies down. With that being said, let's get right into it. And in this video today, we're going to be going over a new method that wasn't really available before today or within the last week. This method relies on being able to offer and make a bid on existing listings and NFTs on CNFT.io and other marketplaces, and use that to your advantage. Real quick, I'm going to explain how it works, and then I'm going to go over a few examples of me placing a bid to make some huge potential gains from quote unquote flipping or just getting good deals in general on the NFT marketplace in projects that I know are good and they're somewhat blue chip in the Cardano NFT land. So what is the strategy that I'm talking about, and why is it enabled now that CNFT.io is here and we have the offer section? You can now make offers. Basically, the strategy is pretty simple. You see a project that is good volume, and to see volume, all you have to do is go to opencnft.io. You can see projects with a decent amount of volume in the past 24 hours, meaning there has been sales. And after you see that there has been sales, you go down and you go down, and you can see, okay, we got some top ones here. The top 10 are always going to be pretty good in terms of people being responsive to your bids, but obviously as the space grows, there's going to be a ton of projects this is going to be applicable to, and there kind of still is. Doesn't have to be super active, but the more active the better, because the more chances you can make a profit, or you can just get a good deal in general and get in on the project for cheaper if you just really like the project. So let's take a look back at CNFT.io and let's talk about the strategy. Obviously, there's going to be some people that bid on things for like 10 or 20 ADA when they're worth a floor of 260. You don't want to be one of those people, but you can take advantage of the offering system, and some people are going to be looking for liquidity. So say you see a listing that you like and you want to hold, or that you think could be turned for a profit and sold back at the floor after you make an offer and it gets accepted for less than the floor price. You might not think this happens very often, but it actually happens quite a lot. A lot of these listings you're going to click on, people are already offering, 220 here. So it's a pretty tempting offer for someone who's looking to sell it quick to just give it off for 220, take the 45 ADA hit, the person relists for 265, makes 45 ADA, or they hold on to it and they have a cheap entry price for the yummy project. That's kind of the basis of the strategy, and this isn't only applicable to just yummies. Any existing project with some demand, this can be applied to. And this is really effective for people who don't want to wait for mints and they want to just do something and try to make a profit here, now, and then, or try to get into the project for a reasonable price or a more reasonable price than the floor price. Now, this isn't the easiest strategy ever, but it can be very effective for high demand projects, and you don't have to wait for a mint and kind of figure out, okay, is this going to be a blue chip? Is this going to be good? You can just go to the projects that are already doing well and go and make some gains over there and utilize their demand in your favor. Now, you might also just want to get in on the project, as I mentioned, for a more reasonable price, and that's a great way to do it too. But what you can do to really bring up those gains with this strategy is go to the rarity scores places like CNFT tools and just go to the more rare ones, or look for more rare traits and try to get some really good gains out of those ones. Not all of these are going to have a listing, so you can't make an offer on all of them, but you can go find one that is listed somewhat near the floor or a bit lower, click on that listing and make a decent offer. We're going to do that with this one right here. You're going to see it's rank rarity 909. We can go to it and we can click make an offer. And then let's say the floor for yummies is 265. This one's really rare, and if we can get it for, let's say, 300 to 400 ADA, we're going to be able to sell it right back on the market if we wanted to for 100 to 200 ADA profit. So let's say we make a 300 ADA profit. We put a bid in. Obviously, it's probably not going to get accepted, but if it does, we have a really good spot here to get a top ranked yummy universe for pretty much floor price, right? Really close to floor price. And if that is to go through, we could resell it for a couple hundred ADA profit, or we could just hold it and have this one that is worth definitely more than the floor price, just sitting in our wallet when we want to make profit or we want to sell. It's a good deal in general. This is how you get good deals, and I want to outline the strategy with you guys. Obviously, it's kind of common sense, but it might not be the most obvious thing to everyone. If you're wondering, people do sell below the floor with these offers, and it does happen more than you think. A lot of people need liquidity. A lot of people see the offer, it's tempting, they click it, it's done. It's kind of a heat of the moment thing a lot of the times, but people are going to sell below the floor if they need liquidity quick, and if your offer's there and ready, then it's going to happen. Now, right now, the only downside to this is that I made an offer, but this does not lock my ADA in the offer. So they have to accept the offer, then I have to send the ADA, and then blah, 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 back and forth. So a little bit less time and more, or there's a little bit more time for them to make the decision. I don't really want to take this offer. But when we have smart contracts, this will be more or less, you can place an offer and you have to send the ADA, but you also have more people ready to accept it right away, and it's going to be a much smoother process, so it's going to be much easier for you to actually make offers, get them accepted, and the only thing is you're going to have to lock up your ADA, but there's a much more higher chance that someone's actually going to accept your offer when smart contracts are around. Alright, that's pretty much it for the video today. Nothing too complex, but I figured I'd cover this somewhat of a strategy with you guys because this does work. It really does. I've seen it done on Ethereum. I've seen it done on Solana. It works because people need ADA and they don't want to wait a bunch of time to find the right buyer and sell floor. Obviously, they could sell below 10 floor, but when they have an offer, it's guaranteed that they're going to get the ADA, at least when we have smart contracts. So it's something to keep in mind, especially just to get a more rare version of an NFT project for a cheaper price. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. And that's been your friend Jack. Peace out.